Today we're visiting the SS Keewatin, the last of the Edwardian passenger steamships ever built and still in existence today. There were more than 3,800 passenger steamships built in the UK between 1900 and 1920, but only the Keewatin survives. Built to similar standards as the Titanic but 5 years earlier, and to a smaller scale, Keewatin transported both people and cargo between Port McNicoll and Port Arthur between 1912 and 1965. Today we're visiting the SS Keewatin here in Georgian Bay, close to Midland, and it's the last. The Keewatin is the last ship of the Titanic era. And this is a replica of the Titanic up here. Built in Scotland, as was this ship, the Keewatin. All of the sister ships and similar ships that were built there no longer exist today, except for the Keewatin, which we're going to tour today. Now the Keewatin plied the Great Lakes. It was a passenger ship and also cargo ship. It was built in 1907. To get the Keewatin up to Port McNicoll, where it is today, it had to go through the Welland Canal and the St. Lawrence Seaway. And the canals in the Welland Canal were not long enough to take the ship. So the ship was cut in two, as you can see here in this photograph, and transported by barge through the Welland Canal and the St. Lawrence Seaway, and were put back together again in Buffalo, New York. And you can see how it was cut apart. Took days to bring it apart and months to put it back together. So this is a small museum in the center of the ship. And we're just about ready to start our tour. These rooms at this end of the ship are the first class rooms, and the bellhops sat here waiting for instructions from the staff or from the passengers. And this is a first class cabin. Wow. Bunks. So this room is decked out in paraphernalia from 1961. And on the other side is a room that's 1957. Nineteen 61 style and 1962 styles.
Basically just to make sure everyone else is doing their job. members are supposed to wake up at 5 a.m. They want to wake at 5. The second steward
Oh,
will
and
come
this
with
is
an ice
the,
cold bucket of water at 5:30 as their
crew
wake is
members'
called.
accommodation down here.
Right beside the stairs here is all the washroom that all the crew members have to share. So that would have been just 3 toilets, 1 double urinal, and 1 shower. So watch your step as you're coming into the windless room. You can spread out all around if you'd like. So the windlass room is named for this big machine right here called the windlass. The windlass is what we use to raise and lower our anchors. So we have 2 anchors at the bow, each weighing 20, as well as the yellow metal over there is lifted up. You can spread out around if you'd like to see it. Luckily enough, there was no one in this room at the time, and no one was injured.
Mechanism for
There was never
lifting
really people in the
the
windlass
anchors.
room.
Well, we're out of the anchor room, and yes, we're going to go up these stairs, if you believe it.
Josh, please.
I think we are, anyways.
See that piece of land running along there? There would have been railways running on that land, and that is where our cargo trains would have been. See that piece of land running along there? There would have been railways running on that land, and that is where our cargo.
Your heart's content. Hey, what's going on here? Here we go again. We're up on the next level up. So this is the ladies' lounge, and I don't know what this gentleman's doing in here. I wonder if he has a pass or something.
I'm faking it.
So over here we have the room staged for the 1920s, and that corner over there it is staged for the 30s. In the far left corner is the 40s. In the far right corner is the 50s.
So the ladies would come up here for their tea and consultations.
It's really neat, all of the different areas, different eras.
So the windows in this room are beveled glass, and they're what we call pocket windows. So instead of swinging in or out, they do just slide right into the walls. Because they are on an upper deck, and they do have windows instead of portholes.
So this is the second deck higher, and they're better rooms. They have windows instead of portholes, and they're slightly more expensive than first class down below. So this is the only suite that's in here that has its own washroom. And it was used for CP executives when they were on board, or otherwise auctioned off to regular passengers if they were not. So this one is done up in 1909 fashion paraphernalia. Very interesting. There's the lounge, but this one is called the Promenade. 1828 with the flapper dresses. 1920. So this was 1952, and you can see underneath the wash basin there is a thunder mug for, well, you know what.
Bolted to the floors, and the chairs swivel to let the passengers in
These
and out.
are all original pieces in here except for the curtains on the windows.
On the backs of most of the chairs, there is a little white plaque that has a number on it. That would have just watch your step as you're coming into the serving area.
This is the crew's dining quarters, just off the kitchen. Coal bin for the galley stove. How about that? This is the entry off the kitchen. It would be cooled by blocks of ice originally. No, this is the ballroom.
So the wood in this room is hewn oak, and each of these panels were hand carved by a Swedish artisan to represent the different colonies of the British Empire. And the two that are different, similar to the ladies' lounge, only gentlemen are allowed in this room in earlier years, and then in later years, a lady would be allowed in here as long as she was escorted by a gentleman. This is also the only room on board the ship that serves alcohol.
This is a deluxe suite.